Hello and welcome to the first official session of Death Valley, a horror western ttrpg actual play. This game is a work in progress. It is coming to Backer Kit on October 14th, 2025. You can follow the link in the description or wherever you can find it. There will be a QR code at some point where you can go and you can back this project if you're interested. Today we're going to be showcasing various ways that you can play characters. Everybody is an undead of some kind, whether you're a zombie, a skeleton, a vampire, and we're going to introduce some of our characters before we go ahead and get started with the story. So stick around if you're interested in westerns, in horror, or a combination of both. This is going to be up your alley. My name is Rowan. I'll be the GM for this session, and we'll go ahead and we'll start with Alex. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Alex Biedenbach. I'm so excited to be here. I will be playing Sawbone Sally, and I am mighty finely looking forward to healing up some undead flesh.
Mike, would you like to introduce yourself next?
Yeah, hi there, I'm Michael. I'll be playing Tinkering Terry. Essentially, I'm a gunsmith who's fallen on some bad times and no longer has need for money.
Tim, would you like to introduce yourself after?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Tim Roberts, and I'm going to be playing Ryan Boogie Briggs, and I'm a hellhound, and I'm just here for the dance.
And lastly, the author of this narrative, the author of Death Valley, Aaron, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'll be playing Robert's Rattlesnake Smith.
He doesn't sound like that normally.
Yes, he does. Wait, me. Oh, no, I don't normally sound like that. My character is an outlaw piece of garbage who is seeking revenge and hopes to put 3 silver bullets in the big bad.
And so everybody has their characters. We've introduced everyone. And now I bring you to the world of Death Valley, where today the sun favors some, but not most. It is particularly hot in the area colloquially known as Death Valley. The sun hangs in the air, glaring down as if judging the residents of Bardo's Bluff. The sun's hateful rays bleach the bones of skeletons, sears the putrid flesh of zombies, and could bake a grave golem into a vase if they stay out for too long. It is because of the sun's wrath that Molly Ryder, the sheriff of Bardo's Bluff, has called upon you, Robert Smith, into her office instead of her coming to you. She said she needs to talk and has a job you would be interested in that pertains to you-know-who, and that was as much information as the carrier delivered. As you walk through town, dust kicks up behind you every time your feet pound into the earth. You are met with a variety of faces as your gaze meet the rest of the undead of Bardo's Bluff. As you walk through, do you want to do our first roll of the session and give me a read the room roll?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll roll all 2 fucking dice that I have for that.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
I love you so much. All right. 2d6s. Nope. So close. Nope. And I'm not going to spend my resolve on this bullshit.
No, it's the first roll. Many folks pass you on the street and none are too happy to see the scowling maw of Rattlesnake Roberts. You pay them no mind until one of them minds you. A stocky hellhound about your height steps into your path, holding a broom in one hand and wearing a cinched apron around his waist. You know this person to be Ignatius Roman, the owner of the barrel, and the last man that you want to see right now. He stops you on your way over to the sheriff's office, and it's the same song and dance. He looks you straight in the eye, and he points the broom handle over into your clavicle. And he says, Rattlesnake, you know what I'm gonna ask you. You're late on payment again. Where's my fucking money, man?
I was just on my way to get a job to get it, and if you stop me again, Iggy, I will use your own flames to burn the barrel down to the last cinder. And I sweep
Oh, is that the game we're playing right now? Because it sounds like you don't got a room tonight. Go do your little job and come back when you actually got some money, okay? And he turns around and sweeps some dust into your boots.
As he turns around, I use my bleached arm, the only one that's still part of my original body, to flip him off as I walk away.
You continue on to your journey. This interaction being pretty much the start of your day, and possibly it is the start of every single day, and possibly an indication of how your day is going to go. You approach the sheriff's office, which is connected to the town's holding cells. It is fairly desolate in here. There is not much going on, not much in the way of decoration. There is but one deputy stationed at a barren desk with his feet perched onto the top of the desk. And upon entering, you see some poor sod sitting in the corner, nursing back his sanity after a relatively heavy night of celebration the night before. The deputy that is sitting at the desk, a revenant that you know of by the name of Josiah, sits with his feet up on the desk and peers at you from under the brim of his tattered hat. He reaches up with his shotgun and uses the butt of it to tap on the door to Molly's office. And then goes back to glaring at you from underneath his hat.
I glare at him too, but I tip my hat respectfully because we both.
He tips his hat respectfully as well, not breaking his gaze. It's a little bit of a staring contest. for shits and giggles, do you want to roll Eagle Eye for me to see how well you do?
You know
win
what?
the staring contest?
Sure, I'll do that. I don't have a lot of dice, but I do have a number that could possibly. Nope. I don't know how I could fail this. I don't know how I could fail this that bad, because I don't have eyelids. So by just the fact that I don't have eyelids, I should have won this, but I rolled 3 1s, which is called a woe in this system, and is the worst one you could get.
Whoa, it's you. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't succeed. He also was like kind of nearing the end. It's a little bit easier to tell in a revenant's eyes when they're about to blink, but right at the last second, a fly buzzes straight through your skull and your eye socket, and it causes you kind of like, you look really not cool for a second.
Ah, dang it. Oh, that's the worst. I hate that. But I'm so edgy.
Molly, the vampire of the hour, opens the door and greets you warmly. Molly Ryder, the sheriff of town, is tall and toned with jet black hair half tied up and half cascading over her shoulders. She smiles at you with full lips, painted a deep venom red, and slightly elongated canines. She holds the door open for you and ushers you inside.
Ma'am. And I go in.
She regards you and goes and sits at the desk. She takes a seat right on top of it and points to a chair if you would like it. And she kind of fixes her collar a little bit before she takes a beat and looks at you and says, "What's the name of that target you got, Bob?"
You talking about William?
Yeah, that's the one. I think your man has taken a mutual interest in something that the Black Veil Church wants. Molly then leans forward over the desk, takes out a map from behind, and rolls it out on top, giving you kind of space to look over. It is a map of Scorpion's Gulch. Her finger finds its way to a blank spot on the map that is close to the abandoned town of Shady Rock. Right here, this is believed to have been an entrance to a mine shaft, the kind that are connected to the Thanatos Guild underground base. Now, the Black Veiled Church has been keeping an eye on Shady Rock, and there are some folks that came across this mine. However, when they tried to enter, I have been told that their journey was made complicated. complicated in the type of way where not all of them made it back. When I tried pressing them for answers, all I got was something was important in there, an artifact that possibly is of Reaper descent. Now, Bob, I think you know what I'm about to say.
You want me to go get it?
We have a mutual confidant in the Black Veil that's a real chatty type. I'm sure you know the one. He's high up enough that he might have more information, or at the very least can point you in a direction of somebody else who likes to talk. He usually haunts Trixie's later in the evening, which would give you some time to round up a posse.
I got a couple of people I'm considering, and one that I don't really want to consider, but hell, he's good at what he does.
Listen, all you need is a capable group of folks. I just need you to secure this item, or at the very least, come back alive with some sort of report. I don't even know if the damn thing is real, but if it is...
And you're telling me William's involved in some way?
There are reports. I don't got too much more information. You're going to have to talk to our guy. Either way, if this thing is real and it belongs to a Reaper, we don't need it in the hands of Thanatos.
No.
Absolutely not.
I'll go get my people.
All right, report back when you're ready to head out. I'll make sure you got a way to get there, all right?
And I don't respond verbally. I just nod my head and head on out.
Where do you go first?
I'm going to go to Terry first. This is going to be in the order of how much I like these people.
Very important distinction.
So I go to Terry's. Terry, do you live in town, or are you like outside in the Borderlands?
I would probably be outside in the Borderlands. I don't like towns too much, but I do stay at my forge sometimes, which I don't know if it would be close enough to this town.
I mean, I would assume.
Then, fair enough. I would be at my forge more than likely.
Would you like to describe what your forge looks like?
It is the bare minimum that is actually needed to be called a running forge. Everything around is almost dilapidated. All the buildings are torn down. This is essentially the town where my character died and was killed in a stampede. And for whatever reason, my forge is still usable, and I remain there to this day, forging away.
What currently are you working on?
Well, Roberts has his weapon, and I've been trying to make like a sight or a scope for him to use, so he can get more accurate with his shots, hopefully.
And how's that coming along?
Terrible. I don't seem to have glass, or at least the glass I do have is all broken.
Glass is expensive. Rattlesnake, what is going through your head right now as you are walking through? What's kind of the plan you're thinking on?
I am probably the closest thing that Rattlesnake could be to happy, because not only have I been sanctioned by the state to investigate something to do with Silent William, my longtime nemesis, I get to bring along my buddy.
Your best friend.
Yes, my bestie, someone I respect, and then hopefully I can bring along someone that I hate and they die on the trip. But you know, that's big wishes. I'm good with revenge.
You're thinking a little bit too far ahead. Baby steps. You got a friend.
Yeah, exactly. So as I approach, I'm gonna say, Terry, you tinkering in there?
That's what they call me.
And I walk in. Are you working on my gun now?
I'm working on a scope that's not attached to your gun, so I would be attaching it after I get it. I have no glass to finish it.
Got it. I look it over and I say, That looks like decent work there.
Terry, would you like to give me an engineering check?
Yes, I would love to. It is my best stat. I'm very happy and proud of it. So let's do this.
Wait, do you get any bonuses because you're working on something?
Yes. So I have craftsman at rank 3. So whenever I'm doing something, or let me see, building tools, I get +2 to using my tools. So that's going to be 7 + 2. So I'll be rolling 9 dice.
God damn.
This is kind of my shtick.
That was 3 successes.
Damn, all right. All right. So with 3 successes, as if by magic, and as if the gun itself, or rather the part that you're working on, knows that its potential owner is here, a part that has been giving you a lot of trouble clicks into place. And as far as you're concerned, even with broken glass, this thing is ready to go.
Holy crap! Did you see me just looking at this glass that's a little jagged?
I don't understand what you're so excited about. I haven't even given you the good news yet.
No. Fuck your news, man. And I put the thing in place. It kind of just works. It doesn't gotta be perfect.
I hand you my gun.
Oh, yeah. And I grab it, attach the thing on, and start screwing away at it.
So while he's working on that, I go, well, you're gonna take back what you said about my news. Molly Ryder called me in today.
Oh, for what?
For Silent William.
I dropped the gun.
You're gonna fix that, right?
Yeah, it's fun. William?
For shits and giggles, really quickly, can I get what would that be? Can I get a sharpshooter roll? And if you get no successes, it will hit somebody.
All right. Can we say, so my sharpshooter is going to be agility sharpshooter. I have a +1 when I'm using a creation that I've used. Would this be considered a creation?
This would be considered a creation.
Awesome. So that's going to be 8 total.
Damn. Okay, Terry.
Whoops, /
Just wait till I shoot somebody. Thank God.
Okay, you did get at least 1 success. As you drop the gun, a bullet snaps out of it and ricochets, ting, 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 and then manages to like hit directly into the table next to the gun. You pick it up and it's fine. You just put it back in the chamber and it's good to go again.
So as I was saying, Silent William, the Arcadian gang.
Where is he?
They're involved in something that the Black Veil wants us to investigate. I'm getting together a crew. I want you on it.
I slam my fist down. It's always the Black Veil.
Hey, state-sanctioned murder is just as good to me.
Yeah, but okay. And I start tinkering back at it. So, what are we getting again?
We're going after Silent William and the Arcadian gang. And those are the people that did this to you.
No, I'm aware.
Yes.
What are they doing there? What are we...
They're after something, I'm guessing. I don't care much what they're doing. The Black Veil's going to give us a direction. Assumedly, the Arcadian gang's in that direction. And if we get a chance to tussle with them while we're on the case, that's all I'm looking for.
Then I twirl and flare his gun over and hand it back to him. You'll be tussling with this, at least.
Thanks. Let's go get Sally. All right.
As you two make your way back into town, the sun, not quite as oppressive. It took you a little second to get here. It's starting to kind of wane back down into the land. It's about like mid to late afternoon by this point. By the time that you get to Sawbone Sally's place of work, can you describe where you are right now? Give us an idea of what your shop looks like.
Yeah, so it wouldn't necessarily be like a shop because I travel here and there.
Your
you know,
office, maybe?
My office. Well, I have myself like a pop-up style like kit, you know, where you would go stand and bark at anyone who's willing to buy some concoctions. But you know, I try and put. I would probably post up, a local religious establishment, any sort of charitable organization that wants to have some help with the local sawbones. And you know, I'm just in town because there's always some folk that need a new arm or a new leg, or hell, even both.
What do you what's the pitch? Your usual pitch for
The
people?
pitch. Oh my. Well, it totally depends on the issue that you are feeling. How much time do we have? Because if you are ailing, I am sure that I can whip something up for you. I mean, I have things for, the rot. I have things for the maggot. I have things for the splinter. I have things for anything you could possibly imagine. It is hotter than all hell today. So I got things for when your little bits just stop melting and, you just don't know where to put them. Little jars for all your goose.
Oh, your goodness.
Hate that.
I'm sure I do not know where your disgust comes from. The body is a beautiful thing.
As Terry and Roberts are approaching, you'll notice that Sally is sitting with a client currently. A large grave golem adorned with various dried flowers is sitting real kind of small and cramped on the tiniest little stool that comes up maybe like a foot on the ground. She has her arm out and she turns to you, Sally, this client who has introduced herself as Tulip.
That is a beautiful name.
Thank you, I chose it myself. Do you really think that this will help with the cracking?
I do. Originally I would have recommended a poultice of some of my own meltings and perhaps some soil, but because you are not a creature of genuine flesh, but instead an amalgam of other beauties of the earth, I really do think that this clay and wood ash will do a real good job of making sure that you're not drying out. Now, you are going to have to put water on it until it soaks into all the little parts of you, because if you're not watering it, it's just going to make a bigger crack like ice in a rock.
I hear. How often do you recommend I use this product? Is it like a daytime serum or more of like right before bed?
Oh, well, if I could make beauty creams, I'd be doing a lot better for myself than I am right now. So, no, this is more of a medicinal salve, meaning that you're going to put it on when you have pain or when you have flaking of the skin. The other thing is you might want to mix it with some of your own favorite grave dirts. It'll help with the smell, because I'll tell you what, these medicinal poultices, they do not smell very good. So I do apologize for that. But you're going to put it on as needed, not necessarily in a timely routine.
Okay. And then she goes to like kind of put her hand out for the ailment. She takes it and she like puts it in a little pouch that she is kind of sewn together for herself and slung over her body, and then goes with both hands and like shakes your one hand and says, "Thank you, Doc. I'll let you know if I need anything else."
Oh, you are so welcome. Tell your friends.
And she goes, and as she's like walking away, she's waving real slow and then trudging through the rest of town. You see some familiar, friendly faces. You see none other than Tinker and Terry and Rattlesnake Roberts.
My days? Is that what I'm thinking? Hey, Terry, are you still mad at me? Because if we're still mad at each other, I just want to get ahead of that, because I'm not ready to fight today. So, are we okay? How are you? Terry, are we good?
We're good, Sally.
Okay, all right.
This is gonna be fixing
Goodness, my Lanta, it is so good to see both of y'all. What can I do for you today?
Two things. One, Sally is a body positivity icon. I just want to state that. right off the bat. And 2, I would dip my hat to Tulip as we go in. In response to Sally's question, I go, Sally, we're gonna need your help on something outside of town.
Well, I mean, what do you need? Do I need to be worried? I am falling a little extra apart because of the heat, you understand?
Well, we'd be heading out at night, so.
All right, then, that's perfectly fine. Where are we going?
To Thanatos' old headquarters, abandoned.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I might be busy. I might actually have patients.
I'm sure you are, but the Black Veil will make sure that whoever you're supposed to take care of's taken care of. They've sanctioned this.
And they, yeah, okay.
And do you recall the last time that you did a favor for the Black Veil, you had a pretty penny to your name afterwards?
You know, greed is a powerful motivator, and I could use some new ingredients. So, you know, in the name of science, I think I will, perhaps, not shoot.
Speaking of ingredients, Sally.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So we are fighting again. Okay.
Sally,
What can I do for you, Terry?
Well, lying around, Sally.
Uh-huh.
We could make millions.
Right, yeah. So we could talk about that later, and depending on what sort of issue y'all are gotten me involved in, there may be some death that we can deal out, and we can talk about your ingredients later. But you know, I need you to understand that this particular fight, I thought we were done with it, so I'm not feeling super confident in this little quest here.
All right.
There's one other person. And the only reason that I'm even contemplating this is I'm good with a gun. You're good at keeping people together. Terry's good at making stuff.
Very true.
I can't talk to anyone without
That's
pissing
also
them
true,
off in
yeah.
some way.
Yeah.
Kind of like I do to Sally.
Yeah.
You
And
don't piss me off.
the two of you are middling at it at best.
Oh, well, a little bit rude, but okay, fair.
Am I wrong?
No.
Mm.
So this is why I make a retching sound even though I have no throat.
It's really, really dry. It sounds a little bit like whatever was left of your trachea is like scraping against kind of like your spine in the back.
Which there is no trachea left. I'm just bone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I go, we're going to go see Boogie.
I like Boogie.
Sally's fangirling over here.
And Rattlesnake holds open the door for Sally. And he goes, do you know where he is, Sally?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm the man that can pull the sun out of the sky. You follow me.
Oh, yay.
Sally, you go to the one place that you know Boogie is going to be tonight. Trixie's, voted last decade's best house of sin, is many things to many people in Bardo's Bluff. The thing it is the most of, however, is entertaining. It was one of the first places in town to catch on to this newfangled thing called electricity. It has the most light bulbs per square foot in town, which is not saying much, but they're there. Trixie's is mostly known for girls and gambling, but that's not all that it's good for. As you make your way towards this establishment, the sun is setting even further. You're starting to get more deeper blues and purples and oranges in the sky, and the electric lights of Trixie's begins to light up. There is a big garish sign, Trixie's carved into wood with this beautiful, rich red paint and more of like a cursive hand style. The doors are your classic saloon swinging doors as you enter in. It's very bright and smoky on the inside. Tables everywhere. There are tables for eating, tables for craps and blackjack, and you see just a whole groups of people. Everybody is laughing or like singing. They're, or screaming because they just lost the rest of their money. There is food being delivered to tables as well as drinks. This is a place of merriment, and the colors and furniture really show you that. It is very lush in here. It is very comfortable. It is very inviting, very warm. Lots of reds and golds and yellows. And as we were being ushered to your seats, the establishment's MC takes stage. She's a fairy hellhound with bright orange flames bursting from her neck like an emblazoned collar to the form-fitting charred dress that she is wearing. She turns to the crowd and announces in a very raspy but bright voice, "Here tonight, for one night only, please enjoy a very special performance from one hell of a hound. You know him, you love him. Put your paws together for Brian Boogie Briggs." And Boogie, would you like to describe how you come out and what your act is?
Yeah, I slowly make my way onto the stage.
Yeah.
I do a little spin, and as I do, a little bit of flames flick up from my heels. And then I look at the crowd and I go, "Who, me?"
And then the crowd calls, returns your call and says, "Yes, you."
Okay. And I break into my newest move, the triple roll. What is it? Let me get the name of it. I got it. I've been practicing it for a long, long time. It is the triple cramp roll.
Oh.
7-beat rhythm tap dancing.
You're tapping. The music starts to flare up. Yes. The percussion is letting you kind of like be the instrument part that it needs. The skeleton that's on piano is just pounding away at these keys.
Take it away, Bones.
It is your moment. Please, if you could, give me either a read the room roll, because there's no like performance aspect, but give me a read the room roll, or if you're like focusing really, probably quick draw. Either one of those, your choice.
I'm gonna do read the room.
Okay.
Because I've always got my eye on the prize.
Yes.
There we go.
So I get 7d6 for that, and I got 1 6.
Still good enough. You have been practicing this move and it goes off without a hitch. You see a table that is like being cleared and you use it as your opportunity to jump from the stage onto that table, and you kick off the rest of the cups and plates that were there. And as you kick them off, they find their way onto the platters that the servers are holding. Everyone is clapping and cheering. People are waving like dollar bills at you or like coins.
I'll take that.
Yes. One person throws you a handkerchief. You're eating it up. The crowd loves it. All of you sit at your table. How are you reacting? Also, is anybody ordering anything?
I'm just having the most fun. I love this.
And Rattlesnake is doing this.
Yeah, you're kind of a bummer. That's okay.
And hilariously, right next to him, Terry's kind of, geeking out. So I gave him these little sparks that every time he tapped on the floor, you see him? Do you see him come out? You see him come out?
Some, I did see them.
Gosh, he's doing it so damn good. Look at that.
Oh, that was amazing. What a good combo.
I hate everything about this.
Oh, shush.
With your read the room roll, you also notice the table that Sally, Roberts, and Terry are sitting at. Do you make your way over, or do you just do you incorporate them at all?
Oh, do I make my
I
way?
swear to God, no!
The lights start to follow Boogie at these
I
two
take a step
big
back, a few steps back, and then I run forwards on my knees. I skid all the way across the barroom floor up to Rattlesnake. Well, hello, my little sunshine.
Boogie.
Uh-huh. Not glad to see me? I can do it again.
I would love to talk with
Do
you
it
after
again.
your show.
Do it again. Do it again. The crowd is cheering you on.
My skull is starting to break at the edges of the jaw, so there's a frown.
You want to talk to me after the show?
Yes.
1 second. Show's over, folks.
Oh,
And I'm going to sit myself down. And don't worry, there'll be more there.
That was really fucking funny.
everyone at the rest of the table just kind of at the rest of the establishment, they didn't get enough of the show. They're kind of grumbling, but they're talking amongst themselves. Roberts, you hear behind you people being like, so talented, what a great performer. And just hearing people praise Boogie kind of in the background amidst their grumbles that the show is over.
Hey, Terry?
Hey, boys, you want fireworks in the back of those things next?
Yeah.
Don't give my secrets away. Hey, Sally.
Thank you. That was so nice.
Oh,
Boogie, the reason that I suffer to talk to you today is
I love this guy.
we're in need of someone who's a people person, which happens to be you.
And again, I'll be like, my classic, who, me?
As you say, who me, a waitress comes over and as if on command, you don't even have to say it, delivers you a glass of whatever you like to drink.
The sheriff has asked me to investigate something on behalf of the Black Widow.
Oh, Miss Ryder.
Yes. And as such, I am deemed to gather the best group of people for the job that I can think of. And I don't know anyone quite so half-wittedly charming as yourself.
That was almost a compliment, Bookie.
I'll take that. Grinding him down.
You seem to have the rest of the town in a stupor, so I figure you'd be able to use some of that to get us information as we may need.
Well, I'll do anything to get closer to you.
Thanks, I suppose. Well, Molly said she'd be meeting us here anyway, so for now, everybody enjoy yourself or whatever it is.
When after you announce that Molly is supposed to be meeting you, your eyes are scanning the room and they find themselves kind of placed at the bar. You see sitting at the bar a ghoul dressed in black garments with a veiled mask tossed onto the counter next to him. You recognize this person to have been an informant in the past for you. When the words Molly said, you should be familiar with the one, ring through your head as you see him. And she did tell you to report back later, so what better time than now? So if you would like to approach, you are more than welcome to.
Do you know this guy's name?
You do know this guy's name. You know this informant to be who considers himself with the name Innocence the Fourth.
I am gonna leave the three at the table real quick, walk over to Innocence, and tap him on the shoulder.
He kind of like spins around in his chair. The bartender he had just finished ordering and like goes away, is getting a glass ready for him, and he says, "Ooh, Robert, fancy seeing you here.
Would you be so kind as to join us at our table?"
Oh, are we considering converting?
Sure.
Excellent." And he waves over to the bartender. "Garçon, please send my meal and drink over to... Where are you sitting?"
I walk back over to this table.
You can kind of hear behind Innocence is kind of shuffling over to your table, has his drink in hand. Or Ghoul, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I just wanted to make sure it was Ghoul. You hadn't mentioned it before.
Yes, sorry. I thought I did. But he's a ghoul dressed in black garments. He grabs his veil very quickly and the drink that the bartender is like very quickly trying to hand him, and shuffles over to an empty seat at your table. And he sits himself down. And he says, "Ooh, hello everyone. Are we considering converting?"
Nope.
I drop my hammer onto the table. Yeah, your knuckles into dust.
Ah! Rattlesnake is actually laughing at that.
Okay.
That's like the first time you've heard him laugh.
I'm not quite sure what that means, but you will always have a place in the church.
Molly told us that you would be gathering here. I suppose that you have something for us?
Oh, do I now? And as he says that, a plate of food gets dropped off for him. It is a big severed forearm sat on his plate. It is well seasoned, and he picks it up and starts turning it around in his hands before he takes a bite of it, like corn on the cob. Under his breath, he mutters something about exquisite use of rosemary and takes another chomp, and cuts it straight to the bone through slaps of his gams, pretty much, before he sets the arm back down. He says, "Well, I could perhaps have my memory jogged. What exactly did I need to inform you about?"
Silent, William.
Ooh. Well, I might know a thing or two. I recall a particular mission. He then slams his drink back and puts it on the table, slides it over towards you and says, "But it seems that my cup is empty. Perhaps a little drink will jog my memory for me." And he turns to you and grins very wide with sharp, yellowing teeth, bearing some remnants of his meal.
Rattlesnake looks at Boogie.
Here, have mine.
"Oh, thank you." And he goes and he takes it and starts to sip on it.
Could I just try a little bit of the that tasty meat you've got there?
"Oh, be my guest." And he goes and he like hands you the plate.
Yeah, it's a bit pink for my liking. I'm gonna make a little bit of fire from my fingers and just give it a bit of a...
It gets a nice sear on it. It creates a nice crust for you, you know.
Very nice.
Ooh, not for everyone, I assume. Well, Now that my memory has been jogged, I recall a specific outing that happened not very long ago, but it was meant only for reconnaissance. A group of Black Veil scouts were sent out to investigate the viability of the, what was it? Shady Rock settlement. And since the land is so poisoned and all, but I digress. Now, where was I? And he takes another chomp of his food, biting straight into the bone and crushing it in his teeth. It begins to pop as he's finishing his statement. Yes, the scouts exploring that area noticed minimal Thanatos presence. They followed and waited until they were safe to move in, or so I've heard, and discovered that the mortals led them directly to one of their hideouts. He puts the rest of the forearm, bone and all, down his gullet, kind of like a snake, and slurps the rest of it up. Oh, it appears I've finished my meal, and he turns back to you, Rattlesnake Roberts. If only I had ordered myself a second helping of food. Perhaps I could remember what they discovered. And pushes the plate closely towards you, smiling again. Saliva begins to kind of collect at the corners of his mouth and drips down.
Do I have any more money? Do I still have money?
I would say you got enough for a little something.
I put some cash on the table, enough to buy him something not as good as he was eating.
But he waves over waitstaff and says, "I have the usual," and then the money is taken off the table and whisked away. He turns to you and pretends to tip a hat that doesn't exist on his head and says, "Well, from what I've heard, they went through the mines, and of course they were scouting as scouts are wont to do, and they reported that there were traps in like a maze of halls, but something in particular caught their eye. There was a room that had a bunch of boxes in it, and in one of those boxes, you won't believe this, they found a lantern."
I'm sorry, where's the part where I'm supposed to be surprised?
Well, this lantern included instructions with it, some sort of Reaper prototype. A lantern that possibly could capture a soul within its flame.
That's not real.
Fairly intriguing.
It appears that you find this intriguing and gets a little bit closer to you, and says, "Ooh, intriguing. Could it be you wish to place your soul in the lantern and gain immortality?"
No, I want to do one thing in this life, or second life, I suppose. Also, would you mind kindly backing out of my personal space?
As he backs up, he turns to Sally and gets a little bit closer to you and says, "You don't think it's real?"
Stuff like that just ain't scientific. That's not how things work.
I look at Sally like, what the fuck did you just say?
Have you ever met a Reaper, Sally?
No, I can't rightly say that I have. But there's an
They
explanation.
define science.
There is an explanation for everything. We just haven't found it yet. But a magic lantern that holds a human soul, that sounds silly
Not
to
just
me.
human souls, any soul.
Even sillier.
A plate is placed in front of Innocence. It is a pair of human lungs that are slathered in gravy, and there's also like a baked potato on the side. He stabs his fork into one of the lungs and picks it up, bringing it to his mouth. gravy kind of like dripping down his hands as he's like taking bite after bite. Oh, sorry, you had asked about somebody. What was the name again?
Silent William.
Oh, I was just about to get to that. How did you know about this detail before I revealed it? Very peculiar. And he finishes the rest of the line.
I have plenty of reason to know a great deal of things. Don't ask me personal questions. You're here to give us information.
Well, rumor has it, according to the scouts, and he just picks up the big potato in his hand and starts eating it. Most of the scouts met their demise at his hands. Apparently it was corroborated, one of the only details corroborated, that it was in fact, oh, what do they call themselves? The Arcadian crew? And he basically inhales the rest of this potato before continuing. Truly a lack of imagination prevalent among outlaws. But it has been corroborated that this Arcadian crew has been seen rummaging around these parts. It would appear that the leader of this crew is trying to get his bony little fingers on the artifact as well. You wouldn't happen to know why, would you? Since you seem to be so close.
Did you just say holes in flames?
Do I know why Silent William would be after this kind of artifact?
You, thinking back to the time that you knew him before, you know that a man of faith who is obsessed with power would probably want to continue his work. And he is trying to remain powerful, perhaps for a very, very long time. You can hazard that an artifact like this, if it would exist, could be very useful to making sure you're not a target for anybody.
I tell Innocence I wouldn't have a clue. That's not my job.
Well, it could be. And he goes and he picks up the other lung and basically just same thing as the bone, puts it into his mouth, unhinges his jaw, and slurps it down in one big gulp. You know, and he like takes the handkerchief and like daintily pats his all the gravy off of his face. The Black Veil would handsomely reward you if this artifact were to find its way to the church. You might also be owed some very powerful favors from very powerful people. Perhaps if you also chose to convert, you could find a very comfortable position.
Thanks. Is that all the information you have for us, Innocence?
He pushes his plate away, tosses his fork. He's leaving quite a mess. Takes his veil and affixes it to his head and says, well, not in particular. I'm sure that Molly would probably be able to lead you where you need to go, but that's all I have for you as of late is if you do choose to investigate and bring back the lantern, we would be very thankful. Keep your eye out, though, for reapers in the area. And he turns around.
And Rattlesnake would look to the posse and say, come on, we gotta get to Molly. And the second that we're outside, he's gonna go, basically talking to the group as a whole. The only reason Williams wants that is power. And Sally, I hate to contradict your scientifical talk, but if you haven't noticed, we're a little bit of magic.
There's a scientific explanation for everything. Just because it hasn't been found doesn't mean it's not scientific. That's part of the blessing of living a mighty long time, is being able to do experiments and figure it all out.
Right. Terry, I know that you're pretty good with the book learning. If we got time, maybe take Boogie to do some research. Boogie's the only one out of us who might understand the magic aspect of this.
I would say, before you left, you certainly do have some downtime.
Downtime?
Music.
If you want to maybe use a downtime mechanic to perform some downtime and get things done during your downtime.
Do we want to see Molly first and then do that, or do we want to do that and
Leave
have
that to
Molly
the
be
group.
part of it? What do you guys feel?
Yeah. I mean, either way, I'm happy. I got stuff to do in downtime, so
I would
I'll
like
do it. I'll do it before or after. Mine can wait.
I'd like to go see Molly. I'd like to have all the information before we dick around.
Fair
Okie
enough.
dokie. I'm with that too.
Yeah, agreed.
So I take the crew to Molly the entire time. I'm hoping that an anvil falls on Boogie's head somehow. But I don't say it out loud.
Hey, Rattlesnake, I haven't met this woman. Is there anything I should know? Is she mean?
Miss Ryder. Is that what you're talking about?
The sheriff, yeah.
Miss Ryder is one of the most respectable women I have ever met in my entire life. In all honesty, you and her are fairly similar in that capacity.
Oh, how sweet. So I don't need to mind my P's and Q's extra special.
Not by my reckoning. As long as
Thank you
you are
kindly.
doing your job and not being a total knob, looking directly at Boogie, then you should be fine.
Roger.
Josiah might be a bit of a prick, though, but I like him because of that. And then I open the door for him.
You open the door to the town jail. Josiah, in a slightly different position, but still over at the desk. You see him kind of shuffling a pack of cards just to kind of give his hand something to do. He sees you, gives you a nod, and just shouts back, Molly. This time a little less sleepy in his approach to get Molly out here. Molly opens up the door, sees everybody, invites you all back in. Invites people to sit down in chairs if they would like. Turns to Boogie and says, why, Mr. Briggs, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
All bashful now. Hey, Molly. How are you?
No!
Hi, Boogie. It's nice to have you on the team.
Don't, you're bringing a bit of colour to my cheeks.
Well, that doesn't seem too hard now. And goes and sits down on the table and takes that map that she had showed Roberts earlier and hands it to him and says, so, were you able to find out anything else new?
So, it was corroborated at Silent William. And as far as the church knows, it's some sort of lantern.
A lantern? Why the hell would they want a lantern? We got plenty of those.
Magic of some sort. Holds souls.
Oh, this is the artifact you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. I guess if they want it, you said it what? I'm sorry. Hold up. You said it does what?
It's supposed to hold souls. Any type.
You see kind of Molly rolling over memories in her head. Saying, I might have heard something about that. I'm not quite sure. You know who you should go see about that? You should probably go see Tasha. She might have some information for you down at the archives. How was our informant? Was he helpful at least?
Extremely.
Hungry.
And that too.
Oh, that's a first. I'm glad at least we got one of them. Terry, nice to see you again. You working on anything new?
Just finished up the sight on his gun, but not yet. Thinking.
All right. Uh, yeah, talk to Tasha. She might have some information for you. Who else would be helpful? Probably Wally. Wally also might be helpful. Wally Price. Another Revenant, similar line of work to Terry, but a little bit different. He stays closer to here. Who else? That might be it for right now. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But what's the plan, y'all?
Well, we're gonna do some research before we head out. After that, and I wave the map. We'll go where you told us to.
Turns to the rest of the group with that and says, "So, we had reports it was outside of Shady Rock." Turns to Sally and says, "I know you haven't been here for all that long, but Shady Rock used to be a mortal settlement until conflict, let's say, happened. Now it's completely abandoned. Nobody wants to touch that place with the 10-foot pole, so it is fairly interesting that the Thanatos is seen mulling around there. So I don't know, what else do you need from me? I can't give you money right now, but I can at least get you some horses or something.
That would be quite kind of you if you could get those.
Anybody need anything else specific?
Guns. Some guns.
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to have anything laying around, would you?
Not quite. We try to keep those things up in lock and key. Wally might. Oh,
No, I might have a gun laying around, but I'll figure it out later.
okay, Sally.
I didn't realize that we were supposed to keep them lock and key. So,
Well,
is that a rule that you should have been following, Sheriff?
not
I say some.
twisting your gun around. Not particularly, Sally. In these parts, it's pretty tough, but for the sheriff and deputies in total, we try to keep ours, have a little bit of extra firepower. Terry, I'm surprised you don't have nothing, but yeah, you can probably go talk to Wally. Possibly maybe Abner. Abner might be able to help you too. He's got a lot of things in that general co-op of his. But hey, if you need anything, let me know. Try to leave as soon as possible. That's all I can ask. Once the sun comes up, I don't know how much, help we can be. But thanks for reporting back. I appreciate it. And then Molly kind of leans in and says, what else did Edison say about this thing? I know I told you to go get it, but did he tell you anything about getting it?
She's asking if the church is trying to manipulate us into bringing it to them. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Rattlesnake would say, yeah, he asked us to bring it to the church and that there'd be a big reward, but I'm not going to do that.
That ain't gonna happen.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't blame you, Bob. I can try to scrounge up some stuff in return for a job well done, but...
I don't care about money. Put Iggy in prison for like 2 days.
Yeah. Let's not be
do that.
hasty
Let's
here.
not speak for the group.
I said I don't care about money.
Yeah,
Me.
but you said that to someone who's offering us money, so...
You can make your own deals. Go ahead. I ain't stopping you.
Some leader. Sheesh.
Molly kind of turns to both of you and says, "You let me know price. Like I said, I'll try to scrounge up some stuff for you. Um, whatever you need, let me know. I'll try to help my best. I just don't have it now."
That's fine.
All right.
Maybe a
Got any?
drink later.
Maybe a what?
A drink later.
Molly kind of sits back and tosses you a smile and says, "Boogie Briggs, are you hitting on me?"
No.
That's what I thought. Maybe a drink later, though. We'll talk.
Is it the fire thing that's
No,
the problem?
it's the already taken thing. That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah, that'd do it.
But Robert in his head, he goes, "That dog's barking up the wrong tree."
Always.
At that point, I would kind of rush everybody out so we could get done what we need getting done. I would stick behind to talk to Josiah for just a second.
Okay. So we'll say you stick around. Where is everybody else going?
I think
Can I
me
just-
and Boogie
Go on.
want to go to the library, but sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to say, if we were all going to go to the library, I do want to spend a bit of time trying to convince Sally with flames and things that not everything can be explained by science.
Oh, I don't think that's a battle you're not gonna win, hun. But we can play. I love
Hey.
watching your fire.
I'm a trier. I've been trying all my life.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say explain this with a little flame coming out at the end of my fingers.
To help
so
everybody along, do you guys want to hear what options are available for downtime?
Yep.
Okay, so there is recovery and resting, which none of us really need to do that right now. There is crafting, which we can make stuff. Research. You can research stuff about magic, performing a ritual, or history, which if you guys wanted to look up stuff about this artifact, you would be performing a research history downtime action. And there's also training. You can train for a specialty, study magic, or just train to get experience. You can form connections, make a friend, deepen a bond, or do some faction work. Basically pick a faction that exists and try and do a little work for them to strengthen your bond with them, maybe make some money. There's also assets, which includes shopping, working a job, and that's the general gist of downtime activities. If there's something else that you want to do, we can of course talk it out, to figure out what it is, but those are the general ones.
So I think what I would want to do would be to go back to my pop-up and maybe as I'm seeing patients try and gather, has anyone heard of what's going on in that area? Does anyone know anyone who's seen something weird? Trying to sort of suss out, we have our informant, but is there any town gossip that we could use?
And then we'll just follow Sally for right now then. So Sally, you're back on your way to your pop-up. As you get there, you see somebody who's kind of sitting at the explain your pop-up to me again. Is it in a building, or is it just out on the street?
No, yeah. So I'm a traveling saleswoman, so it's like a mobile cart that I can park and then.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see somebody.
My character scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
Oh no!
Luna. Good girl,
Aw, Luna.
On the back of my chair.
Cute.
So you see somebody kind of sitting at the steps of your at the steps of your pop-up, you see two ghosts. Who are one is in a corporeal human body, the other one is in their ethereal form, and they're just chatting away. Even in the ethereal form, they're both dressed very I guess well for the time. They have furs. They're both wearing hats with various pins in them. They're all laced up as if they were stopping here on the way during their night out, and they're talking amongst themselves. They recognize you, and one of them, the person who's currently inhabiting a human, waves her gloved hand and says, "Oh, my kind lady, we would like to peruse your wares really quickly."
Of course you may. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
The one in their ethereal form turns to her friend and says, "Well, this one needs something for their complexion, but my needs are..." And she kind of sheepishly, very slowly, lifts up her ethereal skirt, and you see that one of her feet from the ankle down is just missing.
Oh,
"I seem to be disappearing, sir."
you poor lamb. I have some incense that'll have you fixed right up. Let me light it up for you. We'll create a beautiful smoke for you to stand over, like a spa treatment. It'll take a little while. And as I'm doing this, and you ladies are lucky that got me here, because I'm leaving soon. I'm going to a place I ain't never been before. I don't think anyone's ever been before. Stony something or shady something.
They both kind of light up, and they're like, "Ooh, shady rock."
Yeah. Some sort of abandoned whatnot. I have.
And they both look at each other and go, "Oh yes, very abandoned. Not great to be at all."
No, you don't like it? And I'm setting the incense up.
Well, no. And then they turn to the other side. "Not since that happened."
Oh my goodness, you know how much I do love some drama. What happened?
"Well, you didn't hear this from us, but
Never.
the Black Veil tried to lead somewhat of a crusade on the town.
Oh no!
It didn't work out very well for anybody." And then the other one says, "Yes, totally embarrassing."
Embarrassing for them or embarrassing for the people that was already there?
Mostly for the Black Church. They really tried to make themselves look better than they're supposed to be.
Uh-oh.
And then they both kind of turn to you and say, "But you didn't hear that from us."
No, I didn't hear what?
And they're like,
My
"Yep."
hair actually fell off last summer and I ain't had it back, so.
They both kind of give you a look up and down when you say that.
No, it's still there. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Just a
Good
little
one.
zombie joke, between friends. How are you feeling with that incense, honey?
You see kind of her foot in the begin to form in the smoke of the incense. And she says, "Ooh, much better, thank you."
And it'll have a pleasant smell for around a month. And if you want to come back for more, you're more than welcome. I sell them by the bundle, but you go ahead and test that out first on the house.
As you're tending to her friend, the other one, who's waiting for kind of lotions and things like that, he goes, "And oh, you know what I heard?"
Tell me.
Well, you didn't hear this from us, but
No, I didn't.
from around Shady Rock, there's been reapers. There's one in particular. And then the other one chimes in and says, "Oh, I heard that they took out at least 3 people, and some poor souls that were out that way last time. They are out in droves." And that
They're 3 of them
Thanatos
destroying people, or they destroyed 3 people?
they destroyed completely, entirely.
Oh no, that is
Their
just
families are
horrible.
still grieving.
Oh, I can imagine. If you give me some addresses, I can send some care packages. Could you tell me who the grieving families were?
And one of them, in their little, purse, pulls out, an address book and starts kind of writing stuff down for you.
Thank you. You know, we need to look out for each other in times like this.
Well, you know why they're there, don't you? And one of them tells their friend, and the other one is like, no, what? Tell me. And the other one goes, well, that's because there's a bunch of treasure. There's possibly hundreds of dollars in that mine.
Hundreds?
Oh, and the friend comes in and was like, how could there only be hundreds? All of that stuff is made of silver and gold.
Oh, I thought hundreds was a lot. Oh, dear.
Oh, it's more than hundreds. It has to be. And they said, oh, what sort of things? Well, you remember back when we were still, and your friend goes, yes, I know. There has to be some sort of jewels or something in there. And they start going on and on about all of the various wealth that could be found inside of these mines. If you look at just the right time.
Interesting. Just the right time?
Oh, well. They both like turn to each other, and they turn to you and says, well, you didn't hear this from us, but
No, I didn't.
right as soon as the sun begins to rise is the only way that you can find this mine. One of them goes, you know how these humans are with their mysticism.
I do.
You know, swear you're still alive and you hang on to that sort of thing. And the other one chimes in and says, very clearly there's an answer to everything.
That's
Science
what I
always
would say, but
prevails.
nobody listens to me. Thank you. Y'all
And
are
I turn.
Y'all are some creatures of culture, I can tell.
They both like hold a gloved hand out to you, and one of them introduces themselves as Polly. The other one introduces themselves as Lottie.
Polly and Lottie, well, aren't you two quite the pair? And I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna wrap my hand in my little butcher's apron because nobody wants to touch a little bit of a hot zombie hand. So I'm not leaving any leavings on these nice ladies. Well, I'm so glad I was able to find your foot. And you know what? You can take that cream sample. It ain't no skin off my anything.
Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
You are so welcome. Well, hey, I will see you when I come back from my trip, and maybe I will be just covered in silver and gold.
Ooh, we can't wait.
Question, is Polly's last name Geist?
I was thinking the same thing.
No, actually, it's Aster.
Oh, well, fine.
Those two are my new friends. We're best friends.
Best friends. So you have two new best friends. You can create bonds with these people. Their names are Polly Aster and Loretta Lottie James.
Yeah, I absolutely will be coming to be best friends with them. Yep. They're cute.
Okay, Robert, so let's get you squared away really quick as well. You were staying behind to talk to Josiah. What about?
Yes, so technically this would be an asset action for downtime.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get some silver bullets off Josiah.
So everybody has left at this point. You have come to Josiah, who's shuffling his deck of cards still from earlier. Says, what you want, Rattlesnake?
Question, since our last adventure, have we become like acquaintances at the very least? Like we enjoy each other's company?
So for the viewers at home, we did a little bit of a quick run with Rattlesnake Roberts where he had an adventure with Josiah. And at this point, Josiah seems a little ticked off by you for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. I look at him and I go, "What's got you pissy?"
Wouldn't you like to know?
That's why I asked.
That's supposed to be
Angry boys
Terry.
kissing. Terry's my brother. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
I won't do it again. I'm sorry. But Josiah just kind of like glares at you from underneath his hat. He slams the pack of cards down on the table and like lifts up the brim of his hat so he can see you more and you can see his full face. And he says, I heard you talking to Molly. You didn't come to me for help?
All right, Josiah. You know what? That's a fair bit of,
I don't want to help you anyway.
fair enough.
Now what you want?
Only to, get something that we, procured last time. Still got it?
Oh, maybe. My.
Because I'm hunting one of us. I'm gonna need something to make it final.
Well, I did say I wasn't helping you, and he pushes the stack of cards closer towards you. I could maybe be persuaded. And then takes a little satchel that like jingles in it and sets it down on the table and pushes it and says, I'm all in. He's challenging you to a game of cards really quick for these bullets.
All right. So I haven't written the mechanics for gambling yet, but I do actually know exactly how I want to do them.
All right. Let's play test really quick in the moment. Let's run this.
Yes. So the way that I want to do gambling is you roll 5 dice and you try and make a poker hand with 5 dice.
Okay.
And you get extra dice equal to either your poker face, read the room, or grit.
Okay.
And I'm going to expand on it later, but we'll do that for now. I have nothing in poker face, so I'm just getting 5 dice. Josiah doesn't seem like he has anything in his poker face either.
No.
I do have grit, though, and I think Josiah would, too.
Josiah does have a little bit of grit.
All right, so I would have a total of 7 dice with my grit included. And my best roll there is a pair and a small... a small straight. 3, 4, 5 is a small straight.
Okay. Josiah is only rolling 6. And that is his score. He did not get...
No, he got a pair and a small straight, but my pair beats his pair.
He sees the would you like to kind of explain that a little bit mechanics
for the
wise?
people at home,
yes,
and those who don't necessarily understand poker, so a small straight in dice poker would be any 3 numbers in ascending order. To get a large straight, you would need 5 numbers in ascending order. That would have beaten my roll. He didn't get that. He has 2 5s, which is his best pair, and a 2, 3, 4, which is a small straight.
So you can't do 2 pair?
Because he's got 2 4s.
He can do 2 pair. That is not better than a pair and a small straight.
Oh, okay.
That would be like 3 of a kind would be the only other thing that could beat that. I am pretty sure.
If Aaron got this wrong, feel free to comment.
Yeah, fucking burn me in the comments. I'm totally fine
Share
with
this
it.
everywhere.
But yeah, I would only have beaten him by like a smidgen, and even if that would be better, I have 2 4s and 2 6s, so I could still outpair his 2 pair.
All right.
So I beat him by like this much.
Technically, your 2 pair is one higher than him, literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he reveals his hand. Yeah, he reveals his hand to you, pretty confident in what he has, and you reveal your hand, and he like takes a second. He's like calculating. He says, and throws the rest of the cards down, and takes the satchel and tosses it to you.
I catch it without flinching, and I go, "That's why you don't play against me, Josiah. I'm the best. I'll see you around."
Get the hell out of here. You're welcome.
And I give him a very deep nod of the head. as a thank you. No, everybody calm down.
The rituals are intricate. I know they're intricate.
Listen. Those of you listening, go ahead and feel free to make all the fan art of Josiah X Rattlesnake.
Sally's already making it. She's busy making Boogie and the sheriff. Like just
in her part of your downtime is writing fan fiction. I'm here for this.
100%. Sawbone Sally believes in love.
How
it's the most powerful medicine there is.
How many
second only to
bullets?
laughter and ketamine.
Yes. Don't forget cocaine.
Yeah. Well, that's just baby stuff. What is it?
Oh, kitty cat.
Wait,
what were you saying, Aaron?
How many silver bullets do I get?
2.
2? Okay. I'm gonna have to try and find some more at some point. I also would like to ask, what exactly, on a mechanical level, did Terry do to my revolver? Do I just get an extra bonus dice? Do I get an extra bonus dice when I'm taking an aim action?
So you get extra bonuses when you take an aim action. You can also use it to enhance other things like Eagle Eye. If you're just doing like an Eagle Eye and you want to use your gun, you can add that. And then, so aiming, Eagle Eye, I think we can talk about more later, but I think that those are good starting off points, especially for having a broken glass.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, so Terry and Boogie.
All right, we're gonna go to Dolce.
Yes, we are gonna go talk to Tasha. All right, so Boogie and Terry, you are heading to meet Tasha. You were told that Tasha would be near the archives, which is kind of like off the beaten path. It's in like not necessarily like an abandoned part of town, but just like a part of town that doesn't get it. This is like a daytime part of town. You were walking away from like the nighttime part of town, so it's very like bureaucratic. People are coming out this way to like cross some T's and dot some I's. Like nothing really fun happens in this section. And it is also evening, and so while these businesses are still operational, because this is a town of undead, literally this part of town is dead though. There is like barely anybody on the street.
No.
Makes it easier to get there at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, Terry.
Yeah, Buggy.
Before we head in there, I've got a couple of things I want to get clear on. Oh, Rattlesnake. Someone been grinding his gears. He's a bit crankier than normal.
He's he means good, but I'm sure he's a little ticked off that we got to deal with William again. But this is what we got to do.
It's not me. It's not me, right? Because occasionally I get a sense that maybe I've done something to. I mean, it might just be me.
I don't. He's got a soft spot for you, I think.
Well, you could show it. Maybe if he claps a little when I dance. Anyway, I was just checking. Second thing. Whatever we talk about when we see Tasha, can we just kind of keep it between us? I mean, I know, I know you, Rattlesnake, are good friends and things, but I've got a lot of confusion about some of the things I heard today, sat around that table and, back at Trixie's, and I just got a few things I want to get my head straight with.
Right, but anything we find out about the lantern, we can tell them.
That's what I want to know about. I want to know if anyone knows anything about that. Yeah?
Okay.
But I have some other thoughts about it myself as well. Anyway, come on, let's go. It's nothing. You don't need to worry. Forget I said
all right.
it. Okay. So, do we know Tosha, do we? Is it Tosha or Tosha? Tosha.
Tasha.
Tasha. Oh, Tasha. It's okay. It's
Um,
just I still got a bit of that weird meat that I ate in the back of my throat.
yeah.
It's affecting my sleep.
It's
I'm
kind of
really sorry.
clinging. It was like a little bit too dry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Um,
spat half of it out anyway on the floor, but you know.
um,
Would I know
so
Tasha?
you approach the archives. It's a very like plain building. Bardo's Bluff, because it is such a mixture of different types of people from different parts of the world, it is very colorful. And buildings in this part of town are kind of the antithesis to that, because it is the fun part of having, you know, a government. Essentially, it is the bureaucracy. This building is very plain, regular kind of stucco base, and the natural kind of color of the earth that it was created from is the only thing that's adding any sort of warmth to this particular building. There are windows, and you can see a single candle flicker light in the inside. And upon kind of like peering through these windows, you see just rows and rows of bookcases, piles and piles of different books, papers, like you see papers kind of tied together. You see various desks kind of in all types of disarray, and somebody next to the candlelight taking a second to put more ink on her quill and then going back to writing. But you are at the archives, and it looks to be closed at this moment.
Is where we are in plain view? Can I try the door? Maybe just I'll look through a window or just see if I can see any movement inside.
Yeah, you do see somebody sitting at a desk. They're currently writing. As far as like using the door, you go to try the door, and that does alert the person at the desk to like kind of like get up and take notice. They go to the door and open it. In front of you is, I have stuff written down. In front of you is a white. She has particularly sunken in features, and wearing very plain colored clothes. There's not too much happening, but she appears to have been like quite young, like early 20s possibly, before she transformed. Very petite, and has like a hand knitted like sweater that's kind of like draped over her very like thin, kind of somewhat too long body. And she looks up at you and greets you with kind of like a cocked head and goes, "Can I help you?"
Maybe so. I'm looking for, well, me and my friend here, Terry, are looking for
Hey,
Oh, hello.
Tasha, is Tasha around?
I'm Tasha. What can I help you with?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead, Terry.
We're looking into some stuff here, and we're hoping you can help us. Maybe
Perhaps.
research something about an
What-
artifact.
Artifact. I mean, there are lots of those. Is there a particular one that you're looking for?
Possibly anything, lanterns in the area.
Lantern in the area.
Could we have this conversation off the street, maybe?
Coconut pokes her head out and like ushers you all in.
Okay.
I kind of sits everybody down, offers you cups of tea if you would like, and starts to kind of get some cups and things like that ready. And as she is like kind of getting things ready, says artifact, a lantern. There are a few that come to mind. Is there like anything special in particular about those necessarily? Any more information to narrow down my search?
About the lantern.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't really have a name for it, but we heard something about this lantern's ability to trap a soul or to hold a soul in its flame.
Oh. And she kind of like you swear that you see like tinges of a smile on the sides of her face. And her eyes get very wide, and she rushes over to a corner of the room and kind of like yanks open a filing cabinet and is like hurriedly like kind of flipping through papers and says, that's quite a thing to ask for. How did you hear about it?
Well, I'd rather not. I'd rather not say at this moment in time. It's just
I understand keeping things confidential.
Yeah, I'm researching a book.
Kind of flips through things, and then you see her like pull out like a stack of papers bound together in a manuscript that's probably like 3 inches thick. Comes over and is like kind of like struggling to like to keep it up. She slams it on the table. Boogie, as she's like kind of bringing it over to you guys, you notice brushing along your leg is a little will-o-wisp companion that she has that kind of like floats past and brushes up to you and then comes up and takes like a seat as much as a soul could on the back of her chair as she sits down. And she says, oh, okay. So starts to like flip through chunks and sections of this book. Manuscript. It says,
I'm kind of peeking over as she does. I'm trying to see if I see anything.
She is very like kind of like brings the manuscript a little bit closer to you, and she like scooches her chair slightly closer and says, now this is some very interesting things. What we have here is sort of a catalog for specifically Reaper weapons and how Reapers operate. This technically is classified, so if you're not telling me anything, I assume that you also won't tell anybody by me showing you this, right?
Uh-huh.
Kind of, you know, her already like kind of really huge mouth that whites have like grins even wider.
Got our lips sealed.
I appreciate that. Just one last like big flip of this manuscript and says, now, I don't remember all of the details, but they should be in here. Is kind of combing through and says, okay, yes. So way back, about a couple 100 years or so ago, when the states were first, you know, folks were first coming to stateside, there was a whole slew of Reapers who were testing out new equipment. All of these were sort of prototypes for non-scythe usage. There were lots of different things that resembled items, everyday items like a lantern or sort of, a pick, a pen, a quill, various household objects, all used for convenience and secrecy. Yes, here. And she points and kind of turns the manuscript over to the section that she is referencing. This particular thing was said to have some sort of ability to contain a soul. So long as the flame in it is lit, the soul shall still be alive. It can hold multiple, rumored to hold multiple. However, there has only been, kind of like lifts up a couple pages and then puts it back down. There's only been like 2 or 3 sightings of this in its entirety. So are you looking to procure this? Because, it does exist, but we're not quite sure where it might be. If you find it, it belongs in a museum.
Not necessarily procure it. I mean, I just, for obvious reasons, I have kind of an affinity with the flame, and this thing interests me really because, and I kind of look up at Terry and go, I know the Black Veil doesn't like us to talk about these things, but don't you ever kind of wonder about how we are now?
Asha kind of like takes a seat back and says, well, sure, lots of things can be explained. Not 100% on board with what Black Veil's description of it is, but they do have the most answers. That are quite the establishment. They've been around for a while. Do you not trust what they say?
No, it's not that I don't trust what they say. I don't trust what they say, but it's more a case of, I don't know. There's something about this thing. They want us to get it, but there's something about it I identify with.
They want you to get this. So it exists. So it's
right?
here. It exists.
Oh, that's not what I said.
I mean, I should.
Terry?
Yes.
I think I just need a moment. I'm feeling a bit of a hot flush coming on. Can you just take over this conversation for me, please?
Yeah, not a problem.
Real quick. While you guys are here, even though you've already gotten some information, if there's anything else that you want to research, because this is technically a downtime action, you can pick a person, place, or thing. Rowan will set a number of successes that you need to gather the information that you want to collect, and it is considered a long-term project. You will need a library or some other repository of knowledge to begin the process. Once you start your research, you have to spend 1 resolve, and if you're researching a person, you're going to roll wits and read the room. If you're researching a place, you're going to roll a drift check. If you're researching an item, an engineering check. When you're done, you're going to add progress to the project per success. If the project is complete, you have a full understanding of the history of the thing you were researching. And after each research session, the GM will give you updates on what new thing you are learning while you research. Cool. It is the player's decision to act on information prematurely or not.
Okay. So before Terry takes over the conversation then, is it okay if I just kind of, as I just excuse myself, can I take a look maybe at just some of the books or anything that are on the walls and see what Tasha's, I'll say, do you mind if I just have a look around? I won't touch.
She looks at you and says, yes, I would prefer if you didn't, but you are more than welcome to take a look around. There's a lot to see. And then turns to Terry and
okay.
Kind of continues on the conversation. But this is a very powerful artifact. Like I cannot stress this enough. what do you need it for? It exists, though. You're saying it exists.
Yeah, but maybe, possibly. We're just trying to look into any information we can find over it. But do you have any more books that might link to this?
She, sorry. She kind of like, you see the wheels turning, and she kind of like reaches back and mindlessly kind of like squishes the will-o-wisp that's behind her, and says, well, maybe if I knew where you're going, I could give you some sort of information.
Truthfully,
I promise I
not
won't
a
ask.
clue.
What was that?
Truthfully, not a clue. We're just looking for this lantern.
You know we're going to shoot.
I know, but I don't know if we can trust this person or not. Trust me.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that he's run off. He's probably looking for something that says shady, whatever. But I don't want to let them know where we're going.
Could you do me a favor and roll poker face for me then?
Definitely.
And then Tim, if you could also, if you could
suck.
do a read the room check for me. Oh, do eagle eye or read the room for extra information on your own.
And I am also looking out for something else as well while I'm here, but I'll do eagle eye and read the room. Yeah.
Okay. Either or is good.
Yeah, no, I'm just having a look. It's going to be a read the room.
Okay.
Mine was my poker face, by the way.
God damn.
So I got 2 6s and a 1.
Dang. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So for Terry, you see that Tasha is pretty hesitant, but the curiosity is kind of overtaking a lot more, and says, well, there are some recorded uses that are, it flips over to the page that she had looked at prior, in the first-hand accounts of sightings. You're more than welcome to look through these. I could be of more use, though, if you filled me in a little bit on the information. I understand you're not wanting to be forthright with it, but it would be very helpful. I would like to help, especially to preserve the history that is with it. It's a very powerful item, and truthfully, I'm concerned you're not more afraid of it. However, there are some first-hand accounts that I can offer. And directs you to a page that has like the written testimony of people who either were in the presence of this artifact, like in the presence. These are all first-hand claims, or have details on transferring it somewhere.
Okay.
It has been said that there currently is a soul inside. According to when the first-hand account happened, there was already a flame alit on the inside. There is not an account of it being used necessarily, but more so already in use. There was also accounts of it being under the care at one point of a vampire by the name of Edward. I pulled that out of my ass and I just realized what happened. It's not him. No relation. No relation.
This is the lantern of a killer, Bella.
We've made jokes. I have to keep it now.
I'm going to call him Ted.
Who it was in his care prior, and there were accounts to leave it with a carrier to take it somewhere else out west in the States. But there wasn't any specifics. There was just talks, as well as like information from a logbook on a caravan or a ship of some kind. It's a little bit hard to tell, or you're not really versed in travel like that. But some sort of like manifest for cargo. And then
This is all
Boogie.
inside that confidential book that she has, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Boogie. What are you specifically looking for again?
I mean, it can wait. I don't think it's really that relevant to what we're doing.
No, you're on the spot now. What are you looking for?
Okay. So I'm looking for Garrett Brown's Rudiments of Tap.
It is in there. It is in there, and small enough that it could just kind of go missing. It's the pocket
I mean,
edition.
there are only 5 rudiments, so it's going to be a very small book.
Oh yeah, it's like it's one of the first ever zines.
Yeah. Is it first edition?
Yes, it is. So that is present somewhere in here. There's like an arts section that you kind of have perused towards, and it was kind of like jammed in between a bunch of other books, and so with your 2 successes you were able to kind of like find it very quickly. If you would like to steal it, I need a sneak check, but if we're going to ask for it, I would like just straight empathy.
I'm gonna ask for it because I'm not a rogue.
Okay, give
So
me.
I'm a good boy.
Poker face.
Yeah, technically it would be poker face. So give me a poker
Let
face
me have a
roll.
look. Yeah, I could do. Yeah, poker face. It's an empathy skill, right? So 5. A 1 and a 6. The ones have any effect on my 6s or?
Not currently. It's just ones are harder to re-roll.
That's it.
Did you want to push the roll at all to like?
I do.
You do. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can-
Let's do a push. We haven't done a
Yeah.
push. Let's do it.
So go ahead and mark resolve. You can reroll any of those that are not the 1.
So I can re-roll from that last roll. I can roll the 5, the 2, and the 3, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So if I roll 3d6, I've already got 1.
1 success.
Yeah.
All right.
4, 5, and a 2. And what
So-
does that cost me? Does it cost me a resolve?
1 resolve.
1 resolve.
Thank you very much. Oh well, come on, guys. Let's burn through some resolve.
About time.
So Tasha like notices you like picking up this book and admiring it. And says, "Oh, are you a dancer?"
It's been said and witnessed.
Oh, where? If you don't mind me asking, where do you dance?
Trixie's, yeah? Is it Trixie's? I dance it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Trixie's. Yeah, I have well, to be fair, I just started there. I've done a lot of well, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but before I was like this, I was runner up 5 times in the Death Valley tap contest.
Oh wow! I never knew. That's very very exciting. Congratulations on your.
Yeah. I mean, I lost out to Whirling Willie Holiday each time, but one day.
Well, I believe in you. I mean, it's not an easy feat getting on the stage of Trixie's anyway. So
Hence,
Are you trying? Oh,
if I could just maybe borrow this, because I obviously can't sit and read it here. I need to go and I need a full length mirror, which I only have in my place above Trixie's. It's only a little thing. I mean,
Natasha kind of looks at you and says, "Well, normally there would be some sort of paperwork that you would have to fill out, but
I mean, I can pay you a silver bullet because I don't think we're going to need this. I don't need it.
I actually I'm overhearing this. Can I use my wits and eagle eye to like scan the room and see if something might be broken?
broken." Okay, sure.
Cool. So I
What do you
have
route there?
4
By
wood.
something broken, what do you mean? Like,
I'm pretty much a repairman. I'm a crafter of guns, but I get the basics
okay.
of how to fix things. So I want to see if I can like
Gotcha.
barter my skills to help out here.
What? All right, that is one success. You do find there is like a chair, like a couple chairs in the corner that like are missing legs. You see like some of the slats on the windows, like the window panes are broken. There's like one bookcase shelf that's like kind of bowing from all the weight of the books and things like that on it. Like there are definitely like some maintenance things that you could probably like, you know, use as
Now,
a
don't be rash, Boogie. Tasha, I could maybe if you supply some wood, I can get those chairs looking right and fix that there leaning bookcase.
I would love to. I only have manuscripts. Sorry. I mean, that being said, perhaps, you know, there seems to be a bit of mistrust between us. I'm more than happy to help. If you could give me something to work with, I'm happy to let you borrow that for the time being. And
I mean, I don't have money. All I got is this silver bullet or Terry's experience.
I push that back. You keep that, or I'll take it from you. Don't trade it for the book, though.
what about
I don't need this damn thing. I found it.
if I could maybe be so bold?
Oh, I'll put
I'm
it back.
never-
I'll put it back. It's fine.
I've never.
It's fine.
No. It's.
Oh,
I've never been to Trixie's before. Is that a good place to go?
the nights I'm on, yeah. The
Would you
best
like
place
to go
go.
to Trixie's?
I mean, if that's all right, I would like to see the book that you're borrowing and be put to good use.
You know what? I can swing that. In
All
fact, I
right.
can get your seats right up front.
Oh, a front row seat. All right. I mean,
I'm gonna look across to Terry and go,
Tell you what, if you want to see a show, we'll take the book. Just do you mind if I stay here and maybe look this over before we leave?
yeah. I don't have any tools for you. You're more than welcome.
So I look over the confidential book. I want to roll on it to see if maybe I can get more information or maybe something like that.
Um, is there anything specific you're looking for?
If not that, at least a book maybe in the library that has Shady Rock without her knowing that she'll know I'll take it at that point. And I don't think she's too evil.
I mean, you can go ahead while this exchange is happening and kind of like attempting to flirt with Boogie a little bit. Go ahead, roll me a sneak check.
All right, I have 0 in sneak. Let's do this. Perfect.
Wow.
All right. So with 2 successes, you kind of like get up and start perusing. I assume you maybe like, if this is part of the ploy, you give Boogie like a tap on the shoulder to have him kind of like move in and like take attention away. There is like a map of Scorpion's Gulch kind of hanging on the wall. Underneath that, there are various books and manuscripts and things like that written about different parts of this part. You do see that there is something for Shady Rock, and you're able to kind of snag that really quick.
Could it be like a survival guide of sorts, maybe?
Not necessarily a survival guide, more like a history that you can use to prepare yourself for what you might need to survive.
Shady Rock's history, okay.
So with that, you snag this book, you put it in your bag. Tasha is very receptive to the idea of front row seats, and kind of like agrees to do this. This exchange never happened, but she'll see you at Tasha's at some point soon, or see you at Trixie's sometime soon, and kind of ushers you out. All of you reconvene in front of the sheriff's office, meeting up at pretty similar times. Molly has a few horses ready for people who would want them, because it's going to take a little bit of riding to get where you need to go, and gets you squared away. And just as the moon is rising to the highest point in the sky, all of you get on your horses and get ready to ride off into the desert.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Is that the sign off? Is that how we're
That is the sign off, yes. Yeehaw. So thank you so much. This was the first session of Death Valley or Western ttrpg that is still currently in the works from Critical Pit. You can find more information on this project by going to Critical Pit's website. There also is more information on the backer kit as well that you can find again in links or QR codes that are around. Make sure to follow to see part 2 and part 3. This is a 3-part series that we are doing, as well as for more information about how you can either download the quick start guide or back this project. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again to all the players, and next time we are taking off to the desert. And who knows, there might be some crazy things happening. There's a lot of information and things to talk about. So, have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!